it was good. Got myself into, well, by no fault of my own, a little bit of niggle here and there, and very, very poor night by my standards, especially with some of my time trial laps. But yeah, Tier 4 is incredibly competitive across the board.
That it is. And well, Asmo's in the chat, mate, saying he was in a Scottish. He thought he was in a Scottish stream there for a second, mate. We're just that good.
Well, yeah, sure.
Absolutely. So
I'll
one
grab my
driver to go.
kilt and my Guinness, and I'll meet you in there. Oh. No, is Guinness? Guinness
no,
is Irish.
That's Irish, but that is Irish.
Oh, buddy lad!
Oh my. Moosey, I'm pumped up for this. I'm absolutely pumped up for this Silverstone race, even though I'm sick as a dog, and I understand you are as well.
I am very, very sick. In fact, I've done 3 COVID tests in the last 24 hours, still negative. So you know, big up the free test that the missus gets. But yeah, it's been a very painful 24 hours for me. I understand that you're also having a little bit of distress in the health department, mate. But yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So 20 drivers into the lobby, and we should be going very, very shortly.
Was I meant to run us through the grid then, and I just took it away with my own health?
We can do that. We can do that. We could do that. Why don't we do that, Moose?
Bro, we can totes do that.
And there's a last-minute change down at Haas as well.
There is. So we'll start from... You know what? We'll start from Williams. We'll go reverse order this week.
I like that.
So at Williams, we'll go... It's Jackie Perez on reserve, along with URL Jacko, or whatever you want to call him. At Alpine, we have VSR Roscoe and Prince OK. At Haas, it is an all-reserve lineup with G-Flash having those issues. It is Tyler Double F and Crazy Kiwi will be joining us momentarily. At Aston Martin, we have Gurkonomo and M Stone. At Alfa Romeo, we have Mr. Fury Strat. He'll be joined by the reserve driver of Presto F1. At McLaren, we have Tent Sandals and the cult hero, mate, Apache Franks. At AlphaTauri, I haven't called him Toro Rosso this week. At AlphaTauri, we got Sando and Maniac. At the mighty Red Bull team there, we have Broken Reptile, Flourish Expire. Big pairing there, definitely. At Ferrari, we've got Scotty and 2.5. And in the AMG Mercedes, we have Dino and Nat Hammer, mate.
That we do, mate. So, qualifying to come. Full qualifying, about 60 minutes, so strap yourselves in. Race start probably around 8:30, 8:35, 50 to 55 minutes, something like that, Moosey.
Something like that.
And, well, we saw it last night in both the tiers, typical British weather.
Yes, and I did touch on this with you pre-race. We weren't on air at the time. Was it the last 8 or the last 9 OSRL races have all had rain at some point throughout the fixture? That is an insane stat.
It is. It was 8 races.
It is an insane stat. And mate, if I'm having a look at this Silverstone track, and it is we'll call it gloomy. It looks like a very typical British day.
Never been there myself, but I've heard this is a typical day over there.
It certainly is. I'm never been there, but I do have quite a lot of family from there. So,
well, there you go. Said on the FaceTime during the COVID times.
No, I'm not sure about that. We don't really keep in close contact. It's yeah, we'll have none of that. But it is all dry currently, mate.
All dry. All the drivers getting their boots strapped on, their setup strapped on, making sure they are ready to go.
Nick Man in the chat saying he's going to do a rain dance for Baku.
He's been doing his rain dance every tier.
He's been doing his rain dance. Baku's hard enough.
Excuse me. He's been doing his rain dance every week for Tier 3, and he's just jinxing the Tier 3 competition with rain at the moment.
Yeah. That's that's spot on. And mate, between you and I, we've got half a healthy person here tonight.
I reckon it's at a quarter by the end of this stream.
Yeah, it's rapidly deteriorating.
It is, oh, mate. One of us is going to struggle to call lights out here. That's all I'm going to say.
I'll put my big man shoes on and we'll see how we go.
We'll take a big gulp of water before we go.
That's exactly right. I'm working on it.
OSRL brought to you by cold and flu symptoms and packing in advanced simulation.
Yes, very nice segue.
As we're just waiting for one of these drivers to feel adventurous and come out.
I reckon there's rain coming.
I movement. I see movement.
Well, you see movement everywhere, fella. That's just life. But
oh.
I'm
no need to get snappy.
I am Sprechen Z-Tag, and I never snapped at you once. I love you.
Oh, stop it, mate.
Jeez.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Reserve 1. Reserve.
Correct.
In the Alfa Romeo. Let's see what he can do. He's just on the beginning of his outlap now. But Moosey,
are you right?
A very, very interesting circuit here. Some infamous, iconic corners with lots and lots of history, as I think you've just ducked away for a second. All well and good. But so much history here at this Silverstone circuit. There's been a few layout changes over the years, but it's still got so much character. Corners like this, the old turn 1, this old pit straight. As you can see, the old international pit lane there as well as we go past. We'll point that out a little later on as well, I'm sure. And then this sort of Mega Speckets shuffle complex. Filled with character, filled with challenge for these drivers, Moosey.
It certainly is, and I am very, very pumped to be getting underway. Here we are at Silverstone, mate. I'm pumped!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, mate.
Hashtag asked easy, am I more sick than last night? Probably yes.
Oh, dear.
All right. Anyway, Moose, here we go. Prezzo.
Coming down the Hamilton Straight. Prezzo. All right, here is his first lap here. Runs a little bit wide through Abbey. Invalidates already. So we'll jump on board with Jackie Prez in the Williams. He doesn't invalidate through Abbey. So we are underway here on the first lap here as we're coming... well, is it farm, this corner? It's a little bit of a...
This is the loop we're in now.
Yeah. Anyway.
And then out through Aintree onto the Wellington Straight.
Wellington Straight.
The DRS wide open for Jackie Prez in the Williams. Number 8 on the car. And then through Brooklands now Luffield. This long right-hander, 195 degrees I think it is, if my memory serves me correct. Through Woodcote now onto the older pit straight. There are the pit boxes of the international pit lane here.
Good battles through here last night with Woofer. Big shout out to Woofer. Nice clean
racing.
That's
wide, and that's probably invalid. And
Jackie Prez has also invalidated his lap.
Pick up Maniac.
Sorry,
Maniac
not Maniac. Maniac.
Yeah, same part of the circuit.
Yeah, he's
Alpha Tauri.
Into Maggots and Beckett's. A very, very iconic...
Oh, we got Chapel wrong there.
We did get Chapel very wrong. Onto the hanger straight he comes. Still goes purple, does the lad. Of course, every lap time you set in every session, your first one will always be purple. A few different lines you can take through that turn there. And he's just got a few corners to go now as we're into Vale and Club. And he will open the car right up down the Hamilton Straight, mate, for our first time lap of a 28.2.
Yep, a few mistakes on that one. Here comes Tyler. FF Gaming, and he's coming through Mega Speckets now. Let's see if he can get it through Chapel a little bit nicer. Still fighting that steering wheel on entry like we saw the Alpha Tauri doing. It looked a little bit smoother, and the DRS opened for the second time in the lap, Moosey. And I don't know if you remember, but we used to have 3 DRS zones here for a year or two. There was one down the pit straight, or the newly renamed Hamilton Straight.
Yeah.
Towards Abbey, and there was talks of even extending it through Abbey Corner to see if the drivers had the balls to keep it open through Abbey, flat out 8th gear corner.
Abbey's hard enough, just quietly. Abbey's well and truly hard enough. As Prezzo's invalidated yet another lap there, mate.
We got Tent Sandals in the McLaren, the Macca. Your
Jackie
teammate.
Perez in front of him? No, Tent Sandals was the next man on track. Does a 27.3. Jackie Perez will be next on the track, mate, as Prezzo has invalidated his lap.
Oh, I'm getting slayed, mate. There's people talking shit in the chat about my time trial time. I don't appreciate that.
Oh, mate, I got more of an issue with your setup.
Not a fan?
No, not a fan at all. As Jackie Perez comes across the line for a 28. Whoa! Prezzo F1 is around. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Gets out of the way of the Mercedes there. I'm going to guess that's Dino. But Prezzo F1 is really struggling out there, and those tyres will be very, very hot indeed.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. So, Kiwi went third fastest at 27.8.
Yeah, man.
And then we'll go to Prince OK in the Alpine, mate, coming through Luffield now. This man's had some pace. He struggled though last week in the wet in the race at USA, second on the grid, and he went backwards. Yeah.
It's unlucky there for the lad because he's shown a lot of pace and a lot of promise thus far this season. So the lad absolutely will be looking for a good result here, especially in qualifying and the race, mate. As these clouds, they're hovering, but they're not getting any heavier.
Yeah, I think I saw a very maybe even a patch of blue there just for a second. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe that's another cold and flu symptom. Yeah. Your colour palette going wrong, just as your taste palette's supposed to go wrong. Maybe that's why dinner tasted so good tonight. But
did you zing? Did you?
No, I didn't zing. We had a bit of roast with some roast buds and some peas. The 27-1 there from Prince OK.
What kind of roast did we have, fella?
Just a roast lamb.
Oof.
Just a little cheeky roast lamb.
Ooh, he's outdone himself.
Who was that with a donation? Oh my, I just saw a donation pop up on the screen.
Ooh.
Oh, stop it. Thank you so much. I can't see who it was, but we appreciate it so much. I'm speechless.
He's, well, I can't make the crude jokes anymore. Thanks to the higher ups. But, yeah, you sounded like you were, all I'm going to say is you sounded like you were choking, fella.
Maybe I was, maybe I wasn't.
Ooh. I'm on board with Roscoe, who's invalidated. M Stone is starting his lap. Junior Sando has completely stopped. The cult hero of Apache Franks.
Oh no, we're not going to give him any airtime, are we?
No, I've already gone over to Dino, who's invalidated. Prezzo. Where is Prezzo? Prezzo's just coming
towards the final couple of corners.
Yeah, correct.
He's 7.3 seconds up, Moosey.
Well, that doesn't surprise me, as his last lap was the lap that he spun on at turn 4 there. But he does stay last of all. So something I did notice last night, mate, is you can get quite a few laps out of a set of tyres. Here at Silverstone, and you're only losing...
the tyre wear's not too high here.
Especially on the soft compound tyre, you're only losing about 2% tyre life every lap.
Yeah, definitely. Tyres are very durable here. The medium can do the entire race if there's a very early safety car or if you get damage on lap 1. So drivers might want to keep that in mind. The hard tyres here are
someone's gone
garbage.
Off. Someone's gone off.
Who is it? Sando, I believe, if you want to check for me, as I'm going to stay with M Stone here, coming towards the second last quarter.
Can't even see him. Yes, he has gone off. He's giving himself quite the spin there at Cops.
Pretty easy to do, as M Stone, who may or may not still be the championship leader. We don't really know, because the standings haven't been updated. But
yes.
Up into second, here comes Roscoe, and he's third at 27.2. So M Stone in the Williams and Alpine sandwich up there at the top at the moment. But his teammate Girk is coming, but he's coming on an invalid, so that's not going to matter.
URL Jacko with a 27.4 lifts himself into the top 5.
Got the Raris coming, mate.
Yeah. It is 2.5 is invalidated, so it is Scotty who's on the hot lap, mate.
Yes, it is. He is on the push. And I thought maybe there might have been a little toe since 2-5 had invalidated, but apparently not. Only Hugh, I'm not getting too sweaty yet. The Ferrari boys who had a cracking result in Tier 3 last night. I don't know how they went in Tier 4, Moosey, if you recall.
Oh, I have no idea, mate. I was way too far down the grid to know what happened at the front. It wasn't a good night for the Moose Arch last night. I'll be brutally honest there. It was shit.
And that Hammer, mate, he's coming.
Is he? That's a bit personal. Anyway, he's just rounding the final corner. Is Nat Hammer? He will go up into the top 6 at 27.5. Next man on track could be Gurkonimo, if I'm not mistaken. Gurkonimo and Fury Strat right in the same part of racetrack. So their 2 times will go bang bang on the screen in just a short moment, as I think Dino's ahead of them, and he's just started his first flying lap. Now Gurk does a 28.8. Fury does a 27.6, so lifting him out of that bottom 5. And we won't read out the bottom 5 just yet, because there are some non-respective lap times in it, fella.
Yeah, both those Red Bulls down there struggling. 2-5, he's coming around the... we'll come down towards the Vale Chicane now.
Mm-hmm.
As Sando, after his spin, puts a 27.0 on the board in his AlphaTauri. 2-5, you'd expect to see him through the session, and he goes comfortably up to P6 at this current point of time. We'll flick back to one of those Red Bulls. Flourish on an invalid, so Broken Reptile.
Yeah.
Welcome to the screens for the first time this evening, mate.
The cult hero in the middle of these two has Dino crashed out? No, it's the
No,
other...
I think just getting out of the way.
No, it's the other Mercedes that has crashed out.
Well, maybe he was just getting out of the way.
No, he was just getting out of the way.
Excuse me.
You jerk.
Oh, that was loud. Oh my! Apologies
really
to all your ears.
Broken Reptile with a couple of corners left. And, I've just had a very small bite of pizza.
What flavour are we talking?
We did the triple banger tonight. We got a couple of pizzas. So we've got a selection of capriciosa, meat lovers, and supreme meat.
There you go. Who loves a bit of variety? Everyone loves a bit of variety.
A bit of meat lovers. Meat lovers is the bomb diggity.
Both these Ferraris are not pushing, so... Well, someone's gone on. Tyler is backwards at Cops. But I don't think he's got any damage on the car, just lost a little bit of pride. So, Mr. Flourish Expire back on the screen. Trying to set his first Val lap time of the session, and, well, he's running out of time to get one on the board, Moosey. With only 3 minutes remaining, he's going to have to get in the pit lane or set this lap time now. As he comes through Stoke Corner nicely. 7th gear onto the brakes, 3rd gear, 2nd gear for some rotation, 3rd, down to 2nd for some more rotation, 3rd, short shift to 4th, get it through club, don't get that inside curve, and it's only a 28.3 for Flourish, P18, and well, has he got fuel to go again? He's got 1.1 laps of fuel, so he's going to go on a back-to-back, just got to be careful of tyre temps through these fast corners on this back-to-back, or else he could be out of this session.
He certainly could, mate. Back-to-back laps I found last night, especially in overcast conditions like this. It's definitely the way to go. Even if it is back-to-back push laps like we're seeing Flourish do now, the tyre temperatures don't seem to get too out of hand, as he's massively missed the apex there. And the lad, as Jacko retires in the pit lane, obviously thinking he's safe, as Flourish gets onto the gravel. That's going to slow him down as well, mate. As we're about to come to the Sector 2 line, we'll see just how the lad's gone. And I don't think he's lighting up this screen at the moment.
XPG Ethan, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it, mate. Welcome to OSRL Esports. Tier 2 action, your Wednesday night special. And we are looking at Flourish Expire, as you just mentioned, Moosey, into that Red Bull, and he is 7/10ths down on his previous best. He is out of qualifying.
Good night, my spunky.
So Tyler, he is currently 14th. He is well and truly not out of danger. This is going to be his final flying lap of Q1, and he's going to have to deliver a few more tenths if he wants to feel safe and secure towards that second part of qualifying. Comes around the last corner, and he improves by almost 4/10ths of a second.
Flourish expire. Flourish expire. 4 seconds slower on that lap. We did mention that he was struggling, but geez Louise, as Presto comes around the final corner as well, he's 9 tenths up and elevates himself only to P15. If he's got, if he's got fuel, he'll go again, and he is just well and truly taken turn 1 very fast. So he's on back-to-back push laps as well.
Well, Flourish doesn't have fuel. Flourish is out.
Yeah,
he has
Flourish
no
will be
fuel,
out. Absolutely.
So he is out of this session. The remaining 4 are setting off on their laps. We've got turned it towards the McLaren of Apache.
Cult Hero. He's a couple of tenths.
Cult Hero.
Well,
the Cult Hero.
Yeah, the not Cult Hero. Although I have to give him that title back because he's my teammate.
3 tenths up.
Yeah, he's 3 tenths up.
He's going to need more time. Prezzo on a 27.7. Apache is on a 28.1. So he needs half a second here. But he's got people behind like Maniac, Girk Otomo, who could still push him down. He needs to find all the time he possibly can. Around club now, and he's just going to be hoping that this is enough.
Ooh,
and
not
he'll
enough.
get another lap though. It is not enough. He will get one more lap. Eyes on Nat Hammer. No, it
maybe
is
the
Dino
last.
20,
he may be the last man on track too to have a lap under him. Yes, he will be the last man on track.
Well, we still haven't got the checkered flag waving yet. We await it. But Nat Hammer goes up into 8th place.
Maniac coming across the line now as around club he comes. And he doesn't improve
tonight
either. He's certainly struggling, and he has backed off already. So checkered flag drops, and he will be out. Gerkonimo! Wowee! Girk lost it there at the Hamilton versus Verstappen corner, and he will be out of this session also. Jackie Prez, he's a 10th up in Sector 1. It's Flourish Expire in the pit, so it's between Apache Franks here and Jackie Prez. Apache Franks is not lining up the time screens though. Presto F1 is the last man on a lap, so he can defend against anything coming his way.
Jackie Prez has had a spin. Jackie Prez has had a spin, so it is now Apache, the only one who can do anything about his fate. Not improving through Sector 2.
Gerkonimo.
He is out of this session. He went for that deliberate sort of drift at turn 1 at Abbey.
No. I mean, Girk's pushing. He's still on a push lap.
No, he's out, mate.
Oh, he is now. Whoa! He's taken a few signs with him, has the lad.
He's a long way down. And that's qualifying 1 done. That's all the drivers done and dusted. So Apache Franks, Maniac, Gerkonimo, Jackie Prez, and Flourish Expire, the 5 will be losing this evening. And Prezzo F1, by the skin of his teeth, makes it. By a tenth of a second here, makes it ahead of Apache Franks. And the Real Crypto and Jurgen, thank you for the follows. Appreciate it from you both. Q2 coming up around the corner. And I think we might see a little bit of that medium tyre, Moosey, in Q2.
Yeah, possibly. It's, yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't really rate the medium tyre on this track.
It's
having said that, I don't rate the hard tyre either. So
the hard tyre is utter garbage. Yeah. The soft tyre is very good here. The medium also very good race tyre. It's not the best qualifying tyre because, as you can see, the gaps of the field are so small. You got everyone apart from Flourish covered by a second.
Yeah.
Sando on a 27.041, Jackie Prez in 19th at 28.044. So a second and 0.003 of a second cover the top 19.
Ty
But
Star in the
Sando,
chat saying
Ty-
go
yeah.
softs all the way. We can't do that, Ty Star, as much as we'd all like to.
Nick Ben's chirping in saying Inters are the best.
They well around the circuit of Silverstone, they probably are.
Well, we'll see what happens in the next
have
part
we
of
had
qualifying,
a weather report from any of our drivers?
No, we haven't, but I assume that means that it's just dry.
Oh. The 9-race little charade there may come
I think
to
we'll
an
get a
end.
very good indication of what tyre. With people coming out on the mediums, you definitely know it's going to be dry in the race.
Yeah.
But El Jacko has just said, no rain, drier than the Sahara Desert. So just gloomy conditions here, and honestly, this is pretty typical around this circuit.
It is finding out. So.
It's a little bit brighter than Q1, but
Apache
still...
Frank's in the McLaren chat saying that he's sorry. He listened to someone on how to take a particular corner, cost him 3/10. So unlucky there for Apache Franks.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why you don't listen to other people. You do your own thing.
Jurgen, this is OSRL Esports, Oceania-based PlayStation F1 League, but always looking to expand, and especially with the new release of F1 2022, not too far away, Moosey.
Ooh.
There's limitless possibilities.
There certainly is, but for the moment we're sticking to Oceania. Not to say that the future doesn't hold big things, mate.
Out onto the circuit we come for Q2, and it is medium tyres on the car for Prince OK.
It certainly is, mate. And
is it Prince OK, or is it just Prince?
Look,
because I know why it is OK. Well, I know why it is. His name is Oscar, and his last name's King.
Oh,
so that's why it is like that.
Yeah, whatever.
I think we just go with Prince.
Well, it's definitely easy to call, mate. But this is the OSRL.
Princey boy.
Brought to you by Pagnian Advanced Simulation. For all of your sim racing needs, whip over to pagnianimports.com.au and mate, there are some amazing toys over there on the Pagnian website.
Yeah, absolutely. Someone actually used the code, used our little 5% discount code, I think yesterday. So great support from the lads. We appreciate it so much. But here we go, getting Q2 underway, and we'll have Prince OK on the main screen here. And Moosey, you can take us through this lap on the medium competitor tyre.
Yes, certainly will, mate, as he's come through 1, 2 and 3 there. Probably better if I get the names of these corners up, as he comes through farm and through village and on to the Wellington straight he comes. DRS rear wing wide open, worth about 8/10 here if you can get it along with the toe, as I found out last night. Into Brooklands he comes, and through Luffield, rotating the car very, very nicely indeed. Stays away from the gravel that hampered a driver in Q1. Keep to the right hand side there to minimise the track as much as you possibly can. Through Woodcote and now into Cops we come. Try to not to run too wide there, because you will invalidate, as we're about to come into Maggots and Beckett's. And he's taking a very, very nice line indeed as he exits Chapel now. Onto the Hangar straight we come. DRS rear wing wide open again. This is a very, very tidy lap thus far from Prince OK as we come into Stowe. A couple of different lines you can take through Stowe. He's taken a very nice tight line there, as we just have Vale and Club to come, mate. And a very tidy lap time we're about to see here on the medium compound tyre from Prince OK. It is a 27.2. That's very impressive indeed.
Yeah, that's a cracker from Prince. He had a little snap in turn 1 at Abbey, but apart from that, I didn't notice anything wrong with that lap.
Yeah.
Prezzo, 28.1 on the soft compounder tyre. It's going to be very interesting to see where that medium lap stacks up. Remember, we only had a 27.0 as the fastest soft time in Q1. The track will give us a couple extra tenths, but still cracking lap from that man.
Yeah, it's we did ride on board for the duration of it, and it was an amazing lap, mate. As I'm just struggling to find someone who's actually on a lap.
Fury Strat. Actually, no, he's not on. He's not got the battery turned on. Maybe made a mistake and is going to go again, or is on a Delta lap. Yeah, he is on a Delta lap. So
Yeah.
About the Haas boys, they're coming. No, yes, no,
No.
yes. Tyler.
I think Tyler's on a warm-up lap as he was waving.
Oh no, it's a 27.5.
Wow.
That might have been a push lap. Who knows?
Well, there's every possibility being a 27.5. A very
many
nice
ballads
lap
out there. Oh my.
Yeah. Tell you what, mate. One man that hasn't invalidated is Dino420 fam. Last week's winner, mate, and he's just coming down the hanger straight now.
That he is, Moosey. Purple to that second sector. Whether that's a real one or not, we'll wait and see. But through Stowe now nicely. Don't run too wide. It's just tempting to pick up that throttle a little bit too early through the apex of Stowe, and he's packed it off. This must be a Delta lap from Dino.
Yeah.
Because he's backed it off hard in this final couple corners. Tent Sandals, is he going to set a representative lap time? He is, a 26.9, so we're into the 26s, Moosey, as the sun is appearing through the clouds here.
Certainly is, mate. It is fining up, which means the track temperatures will start going up. So we could start to see some very impressive lap times indeed.
Yeah, if it rises a little bit too much, though, the lap times will start going down the other end of the curve.
Definitely.
So, honestly, the overcast conditions, if it's not cold, it's actually great track conditions. And that's probably helped Prince to do such a good lap on that medium. We'll see how it stacks up come the rest of the session. But here comes Jacko. He does a 27.0 on his soft compounder tyres. We've got M. Stone, he's out there on the medium tyre, coming towards the last corner, but I think he's doing a second warm-up lap, because the ERS was not switched on.
Who are you on about?
M. Stone.
Ah,
so he did a
Stoneinator.
37.1 on the medium, but that might have been a second warm-up lap, as he's done a big snap there at Abbey, and through Farm there in
I'll
the
tell
second
you what,
corner.
he could potentially keep pushing. It didn't invalidate him.
Yeah, but he would have lost
No,
a good second.
Possibly. I'm not sure. Is he still pushing?
No, he's got the battery turned off. It's still at 100%, so
correct.
it must be.
Baby,
is coming on
baby
back to
brother,
back.
mate. Baby brother is just coming into the last couple of corners now.
He is. It's a 46. This is a Delta lap, or it was a mistake lap, because he's on a 50.5.
No, that's about his pace.
Oh, yeah, sounds about right. As he just pulls it up at Village now in his Alpha Tauri, but yeah, that's not the best lap time from him. He's definitely got more in the car. Nat Hammer on the medium coming through Cops now, and that's very wide from Nat Hammer.
Wide,
that's,
but doesn't invalidate. I don't think he would have lost too much time either.
Yeah, no, that's
Cheeky
a
bastard.
little bit of cheeky. Yeah, a little bit of cheekiness there from Nat Hammer. Let's say.
We'll have to get old. As there's a McLaren not moving, mate. He's just getting out of the way.
He's just done a back-to-back, so just getting out of the way, I suspect.
We'll have to get old Lizzie out here to give old Nat Hammer a bit of a rap over the knuckles. Especially if he sets a very competitive lap time, which it hasn't looked like the worst lap apart from that big mistake, mate.
Oh,
wow.
That's a lot of curve.
Oh, you cheeky bastard. You cheeky bastard. If that's got him through... Oh, that surely doesn't stand up.
Well, look at the difference between him and Prince.
Yeah.
A 27.2 versus a 27.8 on the medium, so great lap from the Alpine driver.
Want to talk it up a little bit more, or...?
Oh, I'd love to. Here comes Sando.
Around the final corner comes Baby Brother. He goes into the top three. A 27.1, mate. Look, I'm going to be real with you, mate. I think everyone will have to go soft compound tyres here. Whoa, who's that around? It is Fury Strat. I don't even know where he's gone around.
And that's to start his lap. That's the
Oh, then it's
That's the final corner.
Not Chapel.
Club.
Club.
So he's gonna have to do another lap on those mediums before he gets going. Who have we got?
Yelch. That's not
Stone.
ideal for his tyres.
Yeah, here comes Stoney.
As Tyler's retired from this session, mate, and I think he might have gone a little bit premature there. As he's only got a 27.5, and a lot of these drivers you would think are going to improve. As Stoney goes up into 5th with a 27.4, Broken Reptile 27.3. So these times are starting to come thick and fast. Tyler Gaming with a huge mistake if he's has retired and not crashed out of this session.
Yeah, mate. Here comes Kiwi. So up from Tier 3 on reserve this evening. And into the pit lane he shoots.
He comes. We'll jump on board with Scotty, I reckon, here, mate. And we might just let these viewers listen to that Ferrari engine. What do you reckon?
Yeah, mate. Well, there it is.
Lap on board with Scotty, a 27.3. Good enough for 6th fastest currently, mate. And, mate, there's quite a few drivers out there at the moment. Dino 420 fam is the next one to come across the line. And Tyler, huge mistake as we're seeing. All of these drivers are pretty much going quicker.
Yes, they are, mate. Here comes Dino 420 fam.
Ninth.
P9 for him. He's on that medium though, and he does not have enough time to get in and put softs on. So, and as 2.5's displaced him another position, he could well be in trouble here.
He certainly is. As Tyler drops into that bottom 5, Crazy Kiwi will be out also. As there's no movement in that garage for him. Fury Strat on an outlap. I can't even see how much time's left, mate, because we got yellow
just
flags.
under 3 minutes. Just under 3 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes 33 seconds as Prezzo comes.
Roscoe comes
P10.
across the line. P10. Dropping Dino 420 fan into that bottom 5. That currently reads
Prezzo.
like this. Yeah, big lap. 27.2. Your bottom 5 currently look like this. Crazy Kiwi, Mr. Fury Strat, Tyler, bless you. Dino 420 fam and VSR Roscoe, bless you again if you get 3, as Dino has invalidated. If you sneeze 3 times, mate, you are considered a germ and you must quarantine.
Well, best thing is I muted it on my stream so the viewers didn't hear it. So there you go. They've just heard you saying bless me for no apparent reason. As Fury's about to commence his final flying lap of the session, or he might actually get 2 bites of the cherry. But back on board with Roscoe now, as he comes through the end of Sector 2, nicely hugging the apexes here through Maggots and Beckett's. And he is 2 tenths up as we come down towards the final sector, down towards Stowe Corner. Onto the brakes at the start of that curb on the left, and then just power out, using not too much of the exit there, Roscoe, just a tight line. On the curbstone for braking here, don't lock up. 3rd gear, get the rotation, short shift to 4th, get the power down, come through club, and hopefully he will be into the top 10, and he goes P6 ahead of Prince OK. And we'll flick back to Fury now, who's the one person out there in the drop zone.
He certainly is, mate. And he's on that medium compound tyre, so he's really stuck with his guns on this medium compound strategy. And wow, he's well and truly pushing there through Maggots and Beckett's and into Chappelle. Currently 1.2 seconds up is the lad, and he needs to find a little bit more.
Yes, he does.
Are you muting yourself every time
I am.
doing that gross stuff?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, good.
I don't want to do it on this mic because we know how many issues I've had on that microphone. But the other one,
Fury,
2 mics here in the setup.
I just thought it would have sounded really weird if all the viewers can hear us. Achoo!
Yeah, it's that for their ears. Thankfully, they're not having to hear that.
All right. Well, I am having to hear it, and you're a germ.
I'm sorry, my friend. I'm sorry. Roscoe, is he pushing again? No, he is not. So his time is on the board. Checkered flag is waving. So we've got Broken Reptile, Prince OK, M Stone, and Crazy Kiwi out there pushing at the moment, Moosey. The 4 drivers. And currently, well, they're all safe, apart from Kiwi. So they're all still going to have to do this lap because they don't know if the other one's going to displace them. I know Prince will have his pace in his pocket because that lap time was set on that medium, but he'll be hoping he can sneak through. And he is the last one pushing, so he will know if he has to set this lap time on the soft. We are watching Broken Reptile, a 10th and a half up here. It's going to happen very quickly here, Moose. Who's going to make it, who's not going to know?
It certainly is, mate, because you got Broken Reptile, M Stone, and Crazy Kiwi all in the same parts of the track. And you can probably add... Who's just retired?
Fury
on track. He has crashed. Well,
anyway, here comes Broken Reptile.
As if he's crashed.
M Stone goes fastest.
Wowee, Stone.
Kiwi makes
Kiwi
it.
Gets himself into that top 10, and with everyone else not on a lap, mate, he will be through in the Haas.
He will. So Scotty displaced by the Haas reserve of Crazy Kiwi. And Prince OK makes it on that medium compounder, mate. He makes it. That time, which we both thought was very, very tidy at the start of the session, he made it. And M Stone standing a blinder there at the end of the session to go almost 2 tenths faster than 10 Sandals.
Yeah. Speaking of people that have set a blinder, Crazy Kiwi there at the end, of course, is a Tier 3 driver on reserve here tonight. That is a stonking lap from the lad.
Yeah, he was in the top 5 pace-wise last night. So, great to have him here. Ali Hua, thank you. Welcome into the channel. Appreciate your support coming out and supporting these boys. Q3 on the way, Moosey. The top 10 shootout, and those top 10 separated by half a second in that part of qualifying. So it is going to be a riveting part. Riveting 12 minutes to watch. Do not look away.
The sun is shining here in England, mate. England, Great Britain. It's all the same.
Yes,
I'm just going to guess
it's much more blue now.
It's quite blue out there, mate. A very balmy winter's afternoon. The first man out on track is the Ferrari of 2.5.
Yes. This is going to be a... Should we put predictions for pole position?
Yeah, but then we can't do a prediction in the...
Oh no, I meant
pole in the race.
Personal predictions. They can let us know in the chat though who they think is going to take pole position. So let us know in the chat, all of our viewers, who we think is going to take pole position.
I think it's definitely between Jacko and Baby Sando, but I'm probably going to give the edge to Baby Sando, mate.
I'm going to say it's between Stoney, Sando, and Prince. So that's who I reckon. But I'm going to say Prince is going to come out on top. You have to back your driver as the captain, don't you?
Yeah.
There's no option but to.
Well, it'd be rude if you didn't.
It would be.
Because, mate, I'm seeing quite a lot of people in the chat are agreeing with me. Ali Hua, sorry if I've said that wrong, and Orthodox Heart, mate, who's actually a friend of mine and one of my neighbours. So He lives about 2 seconds away from me via car. So good evening to you, Ryan. Hello.
Surprising you can't hear you commentating from there, mate. Just over the fence.
No, he's not that close. He's
You are that loud, though.
Well, it's. I would prefer to call it passion, but
oh yeah, it is passion.
Mrs. Moose calls it loud as well, so I guess you're on the money.
Easily mistaken for loud.
Yeah.
Here we go. 2.5's coming through the end of Sector 1 now. It is a 27.5 from him. Ladish Purple being the first car through Luffield now. Nice V line from there. Didn't quite get the nose tucked back in though. Hugging that line through Woodcote towards Cops. 8th gear, flat out, don't lift. Hope the rear sticks. It does. Don't wash wide. Use that exit curve though to maximise the track so you can keep that foot flat through Maggots and Beckett's. Just try and keep as much speed up and set yourself up off of Chapel here for a good exit. He's done that pretty nicely there in the Ferrari. Sector 2 line, the 1 minute 3.4 as 10 Sandals ahead is just finishing his outlap through Stowe Corner. Nice 6th gear. Put the power back down as soon as you can. And towards the valve chicane, it is 3rd gear here. And then 4th on the exit here. Get the traction down. Put the power down. Get to the line. And it's a 27.1 to get our count started for the session.
It certainly is, mate. But, Orthodox Heart in the chat saying his voice echoes through the estate. That's
Oh, I don't doubt that it would.
Oh yeah.
Booming.
But I can't say that because no one else will get it. Yeah. Mrs. Moose is chiming in here, mate.
Oh, we all love the odd occasional input from Mrs. Moose. Here comes Prince Eek. And it's a 27 from him. So El Jacko currently on the pole. Crazy Kiwi.
I don't love the input from Mrs. Moose because most of the time I'm the butt of the joke.
Someone has to be.
Oh. There's the hash is around, mate. Crazy Kiwi,
Ooh.
where has he lost it? He's lost it at
Wow.
Chapel. That's not somewhere you'd normally lose it, I wouldn't have thought.
Yes, but Beans did bid me there last season, so now play nice.
I'm just like I have to do it. Woofer and I last night through Woodcote and Cops. What a battle! I very much recommend going and watching it as 10 Sandals comes across the line, a 27.3. Mate, there was a good 3 or 4 laps there where we were side by side through those 2 corners, and it was good hard racing, and I reckon that's almost my best battle to date in the OSRL.
I'll have to go have a look at it on the YouTube channel, which you can find in the About section of the Twitch, if you're not sure, or just OSRL Esports on YouTube. Go check it out. As Stoney goes second fastest behind Jacko. But still, 3 drivers without times. It is Crazy Kiwi, it is Broken Reptile, and it is Sando. On the track at the moment is the Haas and the Red Bull.
Certainly are, mate. They're both in the same part of tarmac, and they are just coming. Oh! The Ferraris run very wide there. They are just coming through Cops, into Maggots, into Beckett's, and looking very, very tidy indeed from Crazy Kiwi, who might have just left a little bit on the table there, as he has had a spin at the end of Maggots and Beckett's there on the previous lap. Are you with me, fella?
I am with you.
Woohoo! Oh, he had to really get out of it there, did Crazy Kiwi. Immediately pipped by, I think it was Roscoe in behind him. No, Roscoe's in the pits. It was Broken Reptile. But mate, baby brother, no lap time on the board as everyone's either on an in-lap or in the pits currently. Round 1
Yeah,
of
but
Q3 done and dusted.
Sando is rolling back out early.
Ooh.
So he's getting on with it. Obviously, with no laptop on the board, that's what you'd expect, Moosey. And he's got 4.5 laps of fuel in the car, so plenty for a few runs here.
Yeah, and you'll probably get, I would say 2 bites at the cherry here. Possibly
Yeah,
a
2,
third
maybe
if you
3.
can. Yeah, 3 maybe if you can get his.
It depends how much our timer is wrong. We know that it does tend to be a little bit wrong.
Yours tends to be wrong.
Oh, yeah, well, I've got 425. I don't know what you've got.
Yeah, I got 425 as well.
Yeah.
Milligains with the tier 1 sub for the 9th month in a row. Thank you very much, my friend. Very much appreciated.
Unorthodox Harp with the tier 1 sub.
I
The
didn't
love
see
for
that.
Moose.
Wow.
Thank you, Orthodox Harp. We appreciate it, my friend.
Must be payday at Rhino's place. But
Why not?
well, that's exactly right.
Why not? But Can Stando, he was tipped for pole by a couple of people.
Yeah, me being
And he has
one
the
of them.
pace if he delivers it, but that is the challenge in itself.
I feel like every time I make a prediction or put my points into one of those stupid quizzes that you do, like I always lose. Like what the
Yeah,
heck?
it's rigged like that, mate.
Yeah, well, you've got to make your shifty little income on the side somehow.
That's
but
it.
Baby brother starting him a lap, mate. Run us through it. He's going to come across a bit of traffic though.
Yeah, it should be okay. Drivers should be fine, but through farm into village now. Nicely on the brakes, hooking up that apex against that sausage curb nicely, not wanting to touch it, but as close as possible. And then just try and keep up the minimum speed through the loop here, through Aintree onto the Wellington Straight, opening the DRS as those couple of drivers moving to the left-hand side for him nicely. Looking at the steering wheel towards Brooklyn now, flick it in 4th or 5th gear corner, personal preference. Get it through there, 3rd gear for the rotation here, short shift to 4th, maybe to 5th as well, as he does, gets that power down nicely. Now hugging the right through Woodcote. As I get very nasally and I'm trying to continue this commentary without sniffing, but through Cops Corner we go now, in towards Maggots and Beckett's we go. Goes the Alpha Tauri. 5th gear on the exit, put the power back on through Chapel, opening the DRS, hugging the left, shortening that track distances to 3.1 through the 2nd sector. He is on for a good lap here through Stowe Corner now. 5th gear is the choice for him, short shifting to 6.1, the power back on. And now onto the curbstone for braking here at the Vale Chicane. Try and get a nice exit out of here while opening up the exit. Hard to do with traction though. Towards the line, it is fastest. It is a 26.8 from Sando. We're keeping up VSR Roscoe, who was pretty even with his time in the 1st sector. He is half a 10th up through the 2nd sector. And honestly, if you can just find a 10th and a half here, he's on for a few positions. The field is very, very close here. And a couple of lap times definitely be improved. Crazy Kiwi and Prezzo, possibly with worn tyres. They both have done a bit more running than the rest of the lads here. But here comes Roscoe around the final corner. Power down, and he goes 4th fastest. He is at a 27.0, just ahead of 2.5.
Mate, I'm not going to blow my own trumpet here too early, but I said it would be between Sando and Yakko for pole position, and the old Mustaka was right, mate.
Yeah, but look how close it is.
Yeah, it's so close.
Any of these guys are on with a chance. The top 5 at the moment. Anyone could snatch pole position. Emstone really hustling the car through Maggots and Beckett's. That's going to have lost him a bit of time. But he is a 10th and a half up, mate.
He certainly is. I'm on board here with...
2.5?
Actually, I will jump on board with 2.5. No, he's invalidated.
He's invalidated.
So
That's why we're on board with
Stone is a couple of tenths up himself. And if he can carry that through the last part of this lap, it is a little bit wide. Not too bad, though. He could go pole. No, he lost out big time in that final corner.
He went wide. Sando's going to just start another lap.
And to add insult to injury, he's invalidated this lap. So he will go no higher as the checkered flag has dropped
El
here
Jacko.
in Silverstone.
Well, it hasn't. Well, it might have dropped. We're not sure. They're all on time lapse, so we cannot confirm nor deny.
Can confirm. Can confirm it is 000.
Yeah, it's 000, but I don't think the checkered flag is waving because Roscoe would have been done and dusted since he's on an invalid.
Oh. There we go.
But he crossed the line. It is 000 now. Crazy Kiwi. He's coming. He's almost half a second up, mate. Where can he go, the Tier 3 man, on reserve here in Tier 2 this evening? He comes around the final corner, and he goes up to 9th fastest, just behind Broken Reptile. We've got Prezzo F1 out there, mate.
Prezzo F1, he ran very, very wide there at the end of the hangar straight.
He was 8.5 tenths up at the second sector line. Has he lost time in this final sector? No, he's gone 4th. That's a great lap from Prezzo there.
Wow.
2.5 isn't validated again, mate.
So
Prince OK, here
Prince
he comes.
OK, no more than
The
third for the
fastest.
lad. And Baby Brother's going to be the next man across the line, mate. Didn't see if he'd set any personal bests, but he's coming around the penultimate corner now. And what can he do as Jacko's just behind him on track? Does go faster at 26.7. Ted Sandals out of nowhere, fella, has done a 26.7 as well. Jacko at 26.4 says, nigga, please. That is my pole position, and he has taken pole here as every driver has finished out on circuit.
Ted Sandals came out of nowhere for a second.
He did.
And El Jacko, that's a stonking lap at the end. He's going to take pole position by 2.5 tenths of a second, which is an age in this field.
Yeah, it certainly is. But, geez, I feel like I need a shower. I'm sweating up a storm after qualifying, and there might have to be a change of jocks here before the race.
I don't know if I got any clean ones, mate. So that's not an option for me. But what a lap from El Jacko there to take pole position.
Get on the step ones, fella. They're amazing.
I've got them. They are amazing.
How many pairs you got? I got told I wasn't allowed to buy any more.
I've only got 4, so I need more.
Okay, I've got about, what do you reckon, honey? 30 odd pairs?
Oh my.
Yeah, at least 30 pairs is the call we're getting from Mrs. Moose.
Might have to order a few more, but yeah, that's a
I have a problem.
And Ted Sandals, who pips Sando by 0.06 of a second, then a little bit further back to Princey, but great Q3.
Cracking Q3. No pun intended.
And a reminder to everyone in the chat, driver of the day, you can vote yourselves. I'd advise against doing it this early, but just a reminder, it's a feature. Link will be popping up every 20 minutes or so in the chat, or you can just go ! Driver or DOTD, driver of the day.
Please only vote once.
Oh, yes, please only vote once. Please don't vote 300 times. We will know if you voted 300 times, but honestly, if you vote that many times, that is solid commitment, Moosey.
Not exactly what I'd call it, but
not the kind of
sure.
commitment. Well, it could be stupidity.
Yep, let's go with stupidity. Although it is, we'll get back to the action, mate. It is looking rather overcast there in the pit lane. Not terrible, just overcast.
Yeah, just grey. Lap 1 safety car prediction, yes or no?
Oh,
that includes the virtual safety car. It is
always lose.
I know you do, but I'm going to tempt you because it's fun.
Mate, you have tempted me. I'm going to max out on my points, and all of my points are in the basket, mate. So come at me.
Well, I'm not going to put all 91,000 of my points on the line, but
91,000.
Yeah.
Can't enough tell that you constantly get the predictions right. I'm calling a little bit of bull schnitzel.
Oh, I just get it from viewing the channel.
So do I.
Bit of both.
Anyway, do you want the race call or do you want the grid?
I'll take the race start, mate. So the grid is all yours.
So from pole position, we have URL Jacko with that amazing lap there at the start at the end of that Q3 session. He'll be joined by Tent Sandals, who came from absolutely nowhere there in Q3. Baby Sando in third position. He'll have Prince OK alongside him on the second row. M Stone there in P5. Presto F1 in P6. VSR Roscoe Arm P7. 2-5 in P8. Broken Reptile P9. In P10 we have Crazy Kiwi on reserve from Tier 3. A very strong showing there from the lad. Scotty in P11. Nat Hammer and his teammate Dino 420 fam will occupy the 6th row of the grid there, being 12th and 13th. Tyler F Gaming in 14th. Mr. Fury Strat 15th. Apache Franks, the I'm Not a Cult Hero, there in 16th. 17th for Maniac. Gurk Honamo there in 18th. 19th for Jackie Prez, and Mr. Flourish Expire there, mate, is P20 and last of all.
Here's medium tyres for Flourish, Jackie Prez, Apache Frank, Standard 420 fam, Nat Hammer, Scotty, and Prince OK up there in 4th place.
Absolutely.
Lap 1 safety car prediction coming to an end, ladies and gentlemen, as we lining up on the field for the 6th round of the season here in Tier 2. We are here at Silverstone, the home of Formula 1.
Certainly are, mate. Brought to you by Pagnian Advanced Simulation, mate. PagnianImports.com.au. And, mate, it is all yours as we're about to get underway here in Silverstone.
Thank you, sir. We await the 5 red lights here on the grid in Silverstone. We have 3, 4, 5 lights ahead of the drivers. And there's a jump start, but we are underway here. And it's a great start from the pole position from the Williams. The McLaren just going to tuck up in behind. Sando tucks in as well. M Stone challenging Prince OK on those mediums. Drivers going wide in the background. Prince looking up the inside of the Aston Martin, but Prezzo's just snuck out of nowhere. The other Alpine's coming through on Prince, who's struggling on that medium tyre, it looks like. Fanning a little bit out towards the back. There was someone going well over the corner there, and has got a 10-second penalty. Someone going wide, another Red Bull.
Yeah, Flourish Expire. He's had a shocking start, mate. He's getting absolutely swallowed. You know what like. And he's missing the entire left side of that front wing. Going very slowly indeed, lad.
Sando is on the back of 10 Sandals towards Cop's corner. We've seen this before, but that's a great move from Sando. 10 Sandals pretty obliging there and let Sando down the inside. It is only lap 1, lads. There's no need to end your race prematurely.
And I may have done all my points again here, as I was probably the only person to say that we were going to get a lap 1 safety car. And thus far it has not come to fruition with only a couple of corners left. So, mate, it is, once again, it's come to fruition that I'm a loser. And, mate, I'm not seeing too many moves just being made. It is hold stations at the moment.
Tyler is into the pit lane, mate. He had that jump start, so probably serving that drive-through penalty. Maniac into the pit lane. I think someone had a 10-second penalty or broken reptile. The two Alpines running very closely together. Prince just trying to firing up those medium tyres. Softs very quickly initially. Quick here initially on the first couple of laps. Well, that was a banging move from Sando on lap 1 as Prince does let his teammate of VSR Ross go through into Brooklyn's corner. Or does he?
He does come back at him. And the two Alpines, mate, I bet you're a little bit nervous here as they're just pushing each other once again. As Roscoe is just belting that ERS out to stay ahead of his teammate. Does so very, very nicely. And Dino on the back of them both now as well.
Yeah, they're just going to be careful not to lose any DRS to the cars ahead. 2-5's had a shocker from 11th. He was in the top 10. He is down 9 positions from P8. That is a shocking start.
Who's that?
Dino, he's up 5 spots. 2-5's down 9. Broken Reptile's down 7.
Yeah. And Maniac and Flourish Expire, mate, they've both gone to that dreaded hard compound tyre. If
they never listen, do they?
That. No,
the mediums can do the whole race, lads.
Stay away from that. As Sando puts in the fastest lap of this race. And M Stone here, mate, he's all over the back of Tent Sandals.
He is, and Tent Sandals has already lost DRS range to the two ahead, and the DRS is enabled here on lap 3, Moosey. That should enable M Stone to make a pretty easy move down the Wellington Straight as we come now.
I found out last night, mate, the DRS here in Silverstone is ridiculously effective.
It is. Here he comes.
Look at him close the gap. And he'll say, he has a look. Doesn't say the move's done just yet, as Tent Sandals holds that line. And Tent Sandals will go ahead, or stay ahead rather, as we come into the next part of the track. But, mate, even the toe is incredibly effective here in Silverstone.
Yep, there's so many straights, 76% of the lap at full throttle, Moosey. So, yeah, that toe is always going to be effective when you're at full throttle for so much of the lap.
Yeah.
That's a shocking upset from M Stone. That might open him up to Prezzo F1. But look at them close on 10 Sandals down the straight. Prince is just going to try and stay with his teammate here, try and hang on to that DRS. It's going to be important for his race on this medium compound.
Yeah, exactly right, mate. You've hit the nail on the head. We're just seeing from Cheap Trick in the chat that those guys that have gone to that hard compound tyre, they actually started on the medium, mate. So probably the right move at the end of the day. Ideal.
Yeah, the pit lane is so long here, you don't want to be making 2 stops. So thank you for that, Cheap Trick. But yeah, definitely not ideal for those guys. So can 10 Sandals defend once again? He's still got a good help out of ERS Moose.
Are you alright there, fella?
I'm alright. I'm just dry throat.
Don't make it too easy for me, fella.
Well, that's wide from Prezzo. And Prince, he has lost DRS. He has lost it. Here we go. This battle for third, spicing up. Here comes Roscoe. He's trying to make the move on Prezzo F1.
Prince OK getting... Oh, no, sorry, I'm on board with Roscoe. Sorry. I thought that was a little bit more of a battle than it was. But Prezzo just staying ahead here of Roscoe. And Prince OK, he's really trying to hang on to the back of this, but it's just not happening for the lad at the moment.
Yeah, ideally he's going to have to use a bit of that ERS to hang on to DRS, but it's worth it at the end of the day, because as we were saying, Moose, it is so powerful. Up front, 6/10 is the gap between Jacko and Sando. It's basically been that for the last couple of laps. Both of them just sort of settling in, doing their thing.
They certainly are, mate. But the battle up front, it's as close as it's been for quite a while. Probably since, the start of the race. Jacko and Sando, it's half a second, mate.
It is. So just after that DRS zone, Sando closing in a little bit, and then it'll wind away a little bit. Before we get to the next DRS zone, Roscoe really looks like he wants to get on with it with Prezzo. Consistently tucked up behind the Alfa Romeo's rear wing as he runs wide again. Just Prezzo F1 towards Maggots and Beckett.
Oh.
And Roscoe's just going to have to tuck him behind there. Only sensible thing to do. What that might have done, though, is it might have allowed Prince to get back into that DRS.
Yeah, it certainly
and
has.
Will Roscoe be able to challenge here?
Oh, wow.
As there's no DRS in front for Prezzo.
There was at some stage, so he's turned it off.
As 10 Sandals has been passed by M Stone. They're side by side, mate. And Codemaster's a good camera angle, please. As we're just getting cockpit view on the broadcast, but M Stone sneaks ahead of the McLaren. And Roscoe sneaks ahead of the Alfa Romeo.
Certainly does there, mate. And I'm trying to work out where the closest battle on track is. It's probably still with Sando and Jacko, as Sando's about to have a very nice look here, I'd imagine, with a bit of DRS and ERS assist. Jacko smashing that ERS to stay ahead, and mate, the ERS is almost as powerful as the DRS.
Sando not exactly getting great exits off of the loop, which is hurting his run onto the Wellington straight Moosey. That's what I've noticed the last couple of laps. So,
well, mate, knock on the bedroom wall and
might have to.
yeah, as 10 Sandals is having a real look here at M Stone as we're about to come into Maggots and Beckett's. The gap is currently at 1.5 tenths, which is, well, it's half a 15th, and there's not much in it at all.
Oh, that's not a good exit from 10 Sandals.
But
I don't think it's going to matter because it is so powerful.
Look at how powerful that is.
Bang,
And,
job
oh,
done.
geez, even Prince OK, no, VSR Roscoe looked a little bit interested there also.
Soft tyre still prevailing here over the mediums. But if Prince can just hang on for, the first 10 laps, he'll phase in his mediums as the softs come towards the end of their life. And then he'll get the bite of the cherry on the softs at the end of the race. So he's just got to try and stay with them as long as he can.
Yeah.
And I think he's hanging on to the DRS for another lap here, which is vital for his race. But for the lead, mate, 4 tenths coming on. But again, Jacko just opened up the gap a tenth on the exit of the loop.
M Stone with a mistake. Sorry, mate. A little further back. M Stone had a huge snap as he came onto the Wellington straight there, and mate, he's just being pulled along by 10 Sandals, and that's allowed him to make that mistake and get away with it.
Yep. You can get away with it when you've got DRS of the car ahead. When you don't have that DRS, it is going to cost you a lot.
Yeah, exactly right, mate. And Baby Sando, he's as close as he's been to Jacko at any stage. And down the hanger straight, mate, this might be job done for the ladders. Jacko has a big snap. Mid-corner, huge snap. So he's got ERS, he's got DRS, he's got the toe as well. What can he say? He can say, see you bye to the Williams. And that is move done. Sando is your new leader of the Silverstone Grand Prix.
Yeah, good move there from Sando. A few laps coming. And these two are exactly equal on ERS, Moosey. They're going toe-to-toe with each other in all retrospects.
If Jacko can stay close enough here, mate, you've said it a couple of times that Sando just hasn't been getting the exit he would have liked out of
this corner here.
Out of this corner here. So is he close enough? Sando gets them the power nice and early. 3-second pen for Jackie Prez. And look at this. Is he going to... Oh, wow, we've got a DNF, a crash a little bit further back. Jacko moves back into the lead of this race. And what has happened here to Jackie Prez? He's lost it. He's done a... What happened, Drifter? Just out of turn 1, I think. Oh, no.
Wow,
wow, that is a very strange spot to have that accident.
Maybe contact with another car, maybe, but the reduced setting of the safety car doing what it should do and preventing a safety car there, which would have been heartbreaking for the medium runners.
Exactly
right. It would be perfectly timed for the soft runners. Here we go again. Sando on El Jacko down the hanger straight, and Sando not using the ERS this time. Jacko spamming it to defend, and he will stay ahead. So Sando thinking long term here.
Yeah, that's all he has to do. These two really starting to pull away from 10 Sandals now. They've pulled out. What are you looking at?
No, they've pulled it back in, and Roscoe's into the box for the undercut in the Alpine, but it was out to almost 2 seconds. So these two battling a little bit up front has allowed 10 Sandals to close that gap.
Yeah, right. I thought it was the other way. I thought 10 had fallen off the back. Clearly not the case, mate.
Yeah, it was almost out at 2 seconds. So he is working hard to close that gap.
Roscoe's going to come out into a world of hurt. Although he's going to have free air in front of him at the moment. Where has he come out?
He'll come out behind the Aston Martin.
He will come out behind the Aston Martin, but mate, look at the amount of track space he's going to have all to himself. Especially if he can get out ahead of the Haas of Tyler F, which he's going to do.
Yeah, he's out onto the second now. So he has the space to go for the undercut. Can he make it work? That is the question.
Well, I think these guys up front, especially someone like a 10 Sandals and an M-Stone, they really have to react to this fairly quickly.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Jacko and Sando, they can probably get away with it for an extra lap, but I think this is going to trigger quite a few pit stops, mate.
This is the beauty of Sando's position. He can react to the car in front. He's in second. Will El Jacko come in? I wouldn't be surprised, but as we do, I think they're about to switch positions. Sando up the inside, and he moves back to the racing line as he clears the Williams. And will they be responding this lap in the pit lane? We'll see very, very shortly. Ooh. Sando in the pit lane. So is Jacko
in. Sandals in. M Stone staying out.
Oh, Sando's got a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. May there have been a nudge from El Jacko there. They're very, very close together.
That's a huge penalty at this stage of the race.
It is.
I'll just stay on board here with VSR Jacko just to see where he's at. He's done his personal best. It is a... Yeah.
He said VSR Jacko.
Oh, did I? He did a purple second sector, mate, so he's absolutely flying on those new tyres.
Yeah, look how much ERS he's used across the lap. He's almost used all he had to use. As we get down to the last bite out of the final corner, he has used it all. He is going for this undercut here. He is coming up towards Abby now. They are exiting the pit lane. There is the AlphaTauri. There is Jacko on the left, and he's going to get him.
He's got him. Undercut successfully done. Sando has come out ahead of Jacko, though, by quite a margin, really.
Yeah, he has.
So I'm not sure if Jacko just got a little bit held up in the pit lane, but VSR Roscoe by pitting that one lap earlier as Jacko makes his way back past, VSR Roscoe Arms really pulled himself back into a potential fight for the podium here.
Yeah, he's arguably net P3 now. He's jumped 10 Sandals and M Stone, so that's a great bit of strategy from him. El Jacko got him back with the DRS. Roscoe missed it by a 10th on Sando. So certainly now did. Roscoe's going to try and stay glued to the back of Jacko and get back towards Sando, who's just behind Gurkonomo, mate.
That's a lot of O's that has just been said. Jacko, Sando,
O'Brien,
and and it's these guys that haven't gone to the haven't gone to the medium compound tyre. Well, they're in the pits now, so my point is completely moot. But Crazy Kiwi has decided he wants to carry on, and he would be praying for a safety car.
Yeah, that he will, mate. So Jacko gets past Gurk. Roscoe, unfortunately, just been blocked by him in the final corner. He's going to have to do him in turn one to have any chance of staying with the Williams. And what is that gap like? Jacko's got the DRS. Roscoe has missed it, mate. So that's heartbreaking for him. He's probably going to be dropped by these two now.
Yeah, I think that will be the case, mate. And just for a shit and a giggle, Tent Sandals right on the back of Gurkonomo now. Both gentlemen really fighting hard. Leave a little bit of racing room. And Tent Sandals has got that job done on Gurkonomo. That's a great camera angle we got at the moment. Coming from the chopper, there's M Stone.
Get to the chopper.
As M Stone is looking to make a move on his teammate in the Aston Martin in the British green, but nothing doing, mate. Nothing doing at all. As Crazy Kiwi stays out yet again, so he's really put all his eggs into that go long basket. And mate, if there's a safety car, he's gonna absolutely blitz this field with a great bit of strategy.
Hey, Prince, fastest lap again. Those mediums phasing in nicely for him now, but he still hasn't been able to drop Dino and Scotty behind. So as Sando responds with the fastest lap on his medium compounded tyre. And Jacko, once again, has not got the DRS off of Sando this lap.
Yeah, Sando is really putting in some solid lap times at the moment, and he's pulled about 2 seconds just on that lap out of Apache Franks. So Sando is well and truly on the charge here. We'll just doing his best. Whip over to the penalty screen for those playing along at home. It is 3 seconds for Dino and Flourish expire. It is 5 seconds for Baby Sando. That's crucial in this race, mate, as he is the net leader of this race. And Broken Reptile with a 10-second penalty for a little bit of naughtiness a little bit earlier.
Yep, Sando with that speeding into the pit lane. I said it before. Could there have been contact between him and El Jacko into the pit lane? Because El Jacket was right behind him, mate. So I don't want to speculate too much, but I'm not going to rule it out.
As that crazy Kiwi finally comes into the pits, getting off those soft compounder tyres. And I think he'll come out somewhere around that Tent Sandals battle, as he may have made this overcut work in the long term.
He was probably hoping for that safety car, but we'll see how it works out for him. He's going to come out behind this whole gaggling of cars.
Yeah, he's really lost out there, has the lad.
Oh, El Jacko!
Yako.
That was a big snap. Big snap from him on the apex, and another big snap there.
Jeez Louise.
And his tyre temps probably won't be loving him too much right now. So just be careful, Jacko. That's cost him half a second.
Yeah, it certainly has, and they're the sort of mistakes that Sando going quickly has to really capitalise on, as carrying that 5-second penalty. That's really going to hurt him here against Jacko, as he would lose. Currently, he would lose 4 positions. So Sando really has to get on with it to build that gap.
As for 4th place comes Apache on his friend Nat Hammer into Stowe Corner. Nicely done and dusted by the McLaren. And confirmation from AlphaTauri, Sando was not pushed into the pit lane. Just a mistake from his end.
Oh, that's very, very big. Big winners, big losers. There are still a few drivers to pit. Dino up 11 positions. Apache
Scotty's
Franks
in early from his medium tyres. He's going early for an undercut on those soft compound tyres. It's be interesting.
Apache Franks up 13 positions, mate. Nat Hammer up 8. Biggest losers out there. There's not a real ridiculous amount of losers. It is a gaggling of drivers that are down 5 positions that are all the biggest losers thus far.
Yeah, that'll be, if you take those top 4 away who are yet to pit, that will really solve most of those problems for those drivers.
Absolutely.
But while we're talking, Tent Sandals past Roscoe, and these 3 back together, Stone, Roscoe and Tent Sandals. And they are fighting for 3rd place in this race, mate. But could be 2nd place with that 5-second penalty for Sando. We'll see how it all shapes up come the end of the 26 laps.
Correct. A mundo, mate. And a lot of these medium compound runners would probably be coming in shortly, as Apache Franks with a mistake. And he could get really eaten up here down the hanger straight by Nat Hammer. Nat Hammer with the DRS, but not using any ERS. So Apache stays ahead of him. Yeah, they certainly are, mate. And Apache and Nat will stay out, just hoping and praying for a safety car. But mate, we've had a very clean race thus far, and it's provided some excellent viewing as the 2 Alfa Romeos trade positions.
It's been very interesting to see where Prince and Dano came out. They were behind that battle for what is 7th place now. They were behind M-Stone, Roscoe and Tent before this. You'd expect them to be behind as well, but Prince was putting in some cracking lap times before this stop. And with those soft compound tyres, he might come out and do some real damage in this race, as he's going to come out. He's going to emerge onto the racetrack, and he's going to emerge just ahead of Fury Strat. Wow. This is critical for his race, but Fury goes down the outside of him. Tries to make the move. That might open him up. And look at Scotty. He went 1 lap earlier, and he's closed a massive gap on Prince. He's right with him. But them 2 battling is going to make sure Prince gets away here on his outlap, as he's going to try and set off after the leaders. Don't count him out of this race just yet, mate. Absolutely not. He's on brand new tyres. He's got a golfing league of space ahead of him. He's in a very, very good position in this race. Prince is only 7 seconds away from Sando, who has that 5-second pen, and Jacko a second and a half behind. So he's 5.5 seconds away from the lead of this race, as Prezzo, in this battle we've got on the screen, picks up another penalty. It's 3 seconds for him. For the lead, Apache Franks gets passed by Nat Hammer down the hanger straight. Both gentlemen into the pits. And both struggling to get the car slowed down. So Sando will retake the lead of this race, as we got yellows in Sector 2. There's a Red Bull off. It is Broken Reptile. And will we see Burt Mylander for the first time tonight? No, we will not.
as Sando does go through, takes the lead of this race. Apache Frank's just coming out of his pit box now. Nat Hammer has overtaken Apache Frank's in the pit lane.
No, he got him on the.
Oh,
he got
he
him
did.
before
He got
the
him
pit
down
lane.
the
He did. He
hanger.
got him right down to the end. Yeah. Roscoe, 10 Sandals, M Stone. Oh, that's a little snap from Roscoe on the exit. He was gonna have. He might have lined up the McLaren at the end of the straight, but that little snap's cost him any chance of doing that. So he's gonna have to stay behind for now. And at the front, it's still 1.4 seconds between Sando and Jacko.
It certainly is. But look at how close this Tier 2 competition is as a whole. Apache Franks and Nat Hammer were leading this race and battling it out for first and second. They dropped to 13th and 14th just with that pit stop.
Yep, a long pit lane here, mate. Prince and Scotty, both on those softs, battling, mate. They've got to not work together, but their aim should be getting to the cars ahead, not battling each other. But they're both going to see the potential in this race for them on these soft compound tyres, and they're going to be the one who wants to be leading out of them too. So don't expect this scrap to be over too shortly. But Prince coming back at him now, down to the hanger straight. DRS, ERS, inside line, and job done for the Alpine as Roscoe has passed 10 Sandals as he comes back at him towards the Vale chicane. Roscoe going in deep. This might open him up on the exit to the McLaren. But... what was that?
Sorry, mate. I thought I had you muted. I just blew my nose.
That was an interesting choice of sound effects.
Yeah. Just trying to get myself a little bit of relief. And I thought I had you muted, but not the case. As Ted Sandals is going to line up Roscoe here. And he's not even going to need the toe, is he? They're going to go side by side through the next couple of corners. Ted Sandals with the inside line, though, mate, is going to have... he's going to get the buttered confectionery at the end of it. And he currently moves up into a podium position.
Mate, these three are separated by 0.3 of a second.
It's so crazy.
Throw a blanket over these three for the podium.
Yeah, absolutely. This is for the podium. And Prince OK is really going to get involved in this fairly quickly. As he's taken a second out of them on this lap alone.
Yeah, Scotty's
Yellows in
well.
2 for a Ferrari. A 2-5. He's facing the wrong way out of... where is that? That's the old pit lane.
Oh, Roscoe with a penalty.
Roscoe with a pen now. That'll take a little bit of pressure off Tent Sandal's shoulders.
I don't think it's going to relieve him of on-track pressure. He knows he's still got that Alpine behind pushing hard. Some of these drivers look like they're really struggling for a bit of grip in these high-speed corners.
Absolutely. As Apache Franks has set the fastest lap time.
Oh, Jacko, he's back in DRS of Sando. That's pretty critical for him. 2.5 speeding into the pit lane for him. Nothing happening for third. Scotty and Prince going together onto the cars ahead. 1.8 seconds the gap ahead for them to chase down now. Their progress slowing, though, on those soft compound tyres. Definitely. Yeah,
it certainly is. And two men that have really struggled, Flourish Expire and Maniac, having that lap 1 incident, they both went to the hard tyre. And, mate, like we did predict, the hard tyre has taken them absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, but, you know, damage on lap 1, you've already lost so much time with damage getting back to the pit lane and then changing the wing. Then you add that you're on the hard tyre, which is slow as. It's unfortunate, but it's no safety car. As much as it's great for what we're seeing here up the front, it's not great for them, but that's why you've just got to avoid lap 1 incidents at all costs. Give up a couple positions and keep your car facing the right way and in the best condition possible.
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head there, mate. And Jacko is now within 0.3 of a second of the little brother. And I expect down the Wellington Straight here, mate, it's going to be very easy pickings indeed.
Someone's saying I've jinxed it in the chat. What have I jinxed? Safety car? Did someone say a safety car? Safety car would juice things right up right now. El Jacko for the lead on Sando, done and dusted.
Someone say KFC?
Someone said safety car lap 22 in the chat. I don't care. I love it. Tell you what though, Sando and Jacko are putting in work, and it might allow Sando to keep that second place right now.
I did have a little bit of the zing for lunch today, mate, and very, very tasty indeed. The naked zinger box. The naked zinger box.
Naked zinger box.
Very, very tasty
Does
indeed.
that mean you ate it naked?
Well, I thought you would have seen the photos, but...
I thought they were videos. I'll save them for later. But
No,
Scotty and Prince, they're just holding each other up. They're battling too hard with one another.
Exactly right. Although they've taken half a second out, well, on the last 2 laps, so they're not making big inroads at all. And those tyres, although they'll still be okay, they're starting to lose their best life.
Yeah, they are. Well, Tyson, that's going to be hard since one Williams is out of this race, so it's going to be hard for 2 Williams to collide like they did last night in Tier 3. On the final lap, Moosey, it was.
What did I miss?
The 2 Williams. One of them DNF the other last night, Tier 3.
Something very similar nearly happened at McLaren last night, fella.
It was a big T-boning.
Something very similar happened at McLaren.
You love to hear it when it's not your team.
It is my team.
Oh, it's not my team. And it didn't actually happen to you, so
Yes,
all is well. Oh, was there contact?
Yeah, big contact.
Oh, well, that's not ideal.
No, I wouldn't have thought. As Sando is within 0.2 of a second now.
Well, that line's not ideal from him.
Yeah, it's yellows in sector 3. As
The
someone's
retirement from Broken Reptile in the pit lane.
Pit lane. As Sando's going to journey on past Jacko. And Sando could still end up on the podium here. He's looking very, very good indeed. He's just doing enough.
Yeah, he's not out of it. He is not out of it by a long shot. Gonna have to work hard though. He's probably gonna have to stop battling El Jacko to do it.
Yellows in 1, still for that retired
It's coming
car.
back out on the circuit.
Oh no! Oh no!
Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! Watch out!
Oh no! Oh, in 4K,
And there he
Broken
goes.
Reptiles AI has. Oh my dear, that has held Dino up.
That could have been. That could have almost been the safety car we were expecting.
Yeah. Dino held up an absolute treat there. Unluckily for the lad, he's gone from the back of Prezzo's car. He's lost 1.7 seconds. Oops. Oops, indeed.
Whoopsie, whoopsie. I had a whoopsie. Penalty for Scotty on the soft tyres.
Yeah, that's his chance at a podium pretty much gone, I would have thought.
Yes, it is.
And with 5 laps to go, mate, there's Tent Sandals journeys on past Roscoe. No,
Does he? Roscoe fighting around the outside?
The Alpine will have the inside line into the last couple of corners, and it's just held stations, although Tent Sandals is really pushing him along.
Roscoe's hanging on the best he can, but with that penalty, there's not much he can really hope for.
No, that's right. So once again, the other Red Bull. The other Red Bull's had a spine, and he's in the wall. And oh my!
Don't bring out the safety car, please.
Well, someone did predict at lap 22.
And we are. Well, he's on lap 21, but the leaders are on lap 22.
Well, so penalties as they read currently. It is 3 seconds for Roscoe, Scotty, Prezzo F1, Dino 420 fam, Crazy Kiwi, and Flourish Expire. It is 5 seconds for the little brother mate for Sando, and it's 8 seconds for 2-5. Mate, it is all happening, and Flourish expire into the pit lane for what I would almost say is going to be pit and quit.
It might be soft tyres. Fastest lap attempt.
Sando comes back past Jacko. Jacko back past Sando. Jacko into the lead of this race once again. As these two are they're just having a DRS
battle war.
Yeah, it's gone. The
Shame.
Battle Royale.
Debate.
Ooh.
Words. Vocab.
You Larry.
Dive bomb. That wasn't actually a dive bomb.
Yeet.
And mute. And here we go.
Yeah.
4 laps, Moosey. Sando coming back at El Jacko down the Wellington Straight, and job done into Brooklands corner. What's happening in the battle for third? Roscoe not able to get past 10 Sandals this time. Memstone is on the back of him. Scotty is on the back of him, and Prince was on the back of him, but no love and joy for him at the moment.
Yeah, Scotty's...
Mountain in the chat saying slam poetry, but he can't even spell poetry. No, he can't spell poetry.
What's supposed to be slam poetry? Did I miss that?
From 22 Jump Street.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
When he goes into the poetry club. Slam poetry! Yelling! Angry!
Oh, Scotty getting very wide.
Waving my hands a lot. Specific point of view on things. Sando and Jacko battling for the lead.
Tense
and a penalty
Sandals
for M
is going
Stone.
to be, yeah, Tense Sandals has really benefited here. Oh, Scotty nearly up the gearbox there of M Stone. But Tense Sandals here, very good position, as he's the only man in this gaggling that doesn't have a penalty.
Yeah, Prince on the back of it. He is penalty free, so is Fury. So those two are set to inherit some good positions. Prince, if he wants any chance of the podium, he's got to go now, though. He's got to beat a VRS, but he's got to make some moves, and he's got to make them quickly.
He certainly does. As Tense Sandals here could even inherit second. He's well within that 5 second.
He is within.
Scotty has a little look down the inside of M Stone. And they're going to keep fighting here. How much grip is left in those tyres? Not enough to get the job done on M Stone. Very nice defensive job from M Stone.
Prince still sitting on the back of this. He knows he's got 4th in his pocket. So
yeah,
he's going to have to risk it a bit. And is it risk versus reward? Is it thinking about the championship for him?
Yeah.
He makes a big mistake through there.
Scotty really making some big mistakes. He's running very, very wide as Sando moves back up into P1. Scotty will have another look here on M Stone. Little bit of contact between the two drivers. You got to leave him racing room though, fella. And M Stone, will he come back? These two are still fighting around the final corner. Must leave racing room, don't forget it. And Prince OK could really benefit here, but just doesn't quite get the exit off that final corner that he would have liked. And status quo, mate. M Stone from Scotty from Prince OK.
That it is. Can Roscoe do anything for his teammate? Try and shuffle 10 Sandals back a position or two.
Wow.
Get his teammate in with a chance of that podium. Anyway, second last lap. The penultimate lap moves here.
Where has that gone?
And it is Sando from El Jacko. And exactly right, mate. It is flying by.
Flourish with a penalty now. And that will hurt him, although he is last of all and 43 seconds behind. So not ideal for him, but he could be going for the fastest lap here if my eyes do not deceive me. But this gaggling of cars for the podium positions, it's just starting to break up a little bit.
Albeit, Jacko takes the lead again, mate. Sando's got that penalty, but it's been a great scrap from those two. Penalty aside.
Yeah.
Some brilliant racing, but I reckon things could have got a little bit more feisty without that penalty. If there was something really on the line for those two.
Yeah. Tense Sandals here, he could very well get second position in this race. I think with all other penalties in effect, Sando might still hang on to P3 here. Although Prince OK,
he might. He's going to be
Prince
close
OK
with
is
Prince.
very, very close. But we'll jump back on board here with URL Jacko, who is leading this race, and mate, with only half a lap to go, I think he's more than done enough here today. Good scrap with Sando the whole race, and like you said, mate, without that penalty, it would have been very different between those two gentlemen.
Absolutely. So he comes around, cops for the final time, and these guys battling on track for third place are still going at it hard, mate. Can Prince get himself onto that podium? It's going to be a time thing.
Prince is he's done enough at the moment. He would inherit third. I'm just looking at the gap to leader, and Izzy Bros just sent me a invitation.
Sando and Jacko battling once again. VSR Roscoe, 10 Sandals battling once again. Prince has just fallen back a little bit. What can they do? As Jacko comes around the final corner, he's going to win this race.
Jacko
Beautiful race from him. It's going to be 10 Sandals in second. Will it be Prince third? It is! It is! By less than a tenth of a second. Less than a tenth. .084. He sneaks onto the podium ahead of Sando. And a Fury strap, mate. Then a Roscoe, M Stone, Scotty.
Tyler Triple F has crashed out on the final lap.
That would have been points for him.
Maggots and Beckett's.
It would have been points for him as well.
Certainly would. I couldn't even see where he was through Maggots and Beckett's.
Yeah, he was well off the circuit. Somewhere over there.
I still can't see where he is. Yeah. He gone missing.
Yes, so
mate,
it was Fury, Roscoe, Stone, Scotty, Prezzo F1, Net Hammer, the top 10, and then Dino 420 Fem, Apache, Crazy Kiwi, Maniac, and it's going to be Kirk Conway in the points, mate, because of those penalties for 2-5. Driver of the day, get your votes in, people. Wow. What a solid race, Moosey.
No, I'm muted. I've been talking that whole time and I've been muted. So we will be joined momentarily by our top three and also our Pagnian Advanced Simulation driver of the day. And I've been talking that whole time.
Heartbreaking for you.
Oh, what was the last thing you heard me say? Did you hear me call any of that final couple of corners?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
Jacko 10 and Prince, your podium here today. Sando misses out, and well, it was his own fault.
It certainly was. We got told in the chat there that it was of his own doing. Very unfortunate there, the speeding in the pit lane from the lad. But it has meant that was it Scotty there that made it up onto third position?
Prince.
Sorry, yes.
Scotty got a penalty. It would have been Scotty.
Yeah, correct.
But he got a penalty.
So, Prince OK, by less than a tenth, mate, has got himself onto that podium. Tell you what, I've just about sweated out all my sickness.
I don't know if I'm feeling worse or better.
Yeah, the clothes are definitely very much... I feel better. I had pizza. And I've still got pizza over on the bench. So it... very... Yeah, well...
But that might not be all.
Spend the night if you like.
So we'll get these lads in for their interviews.
Yeah.
But Moose, those 26 laps just flew by around Silverstone.
What?
Where did that hour just disappear to?
Well, mate, we didn't have rain for the first time in 9 races, so it certainly makes
and
things
it's a big help.
Yeah.
It is a big help. You make a very valid point. But Moose, just waiting on one more driver to get in here, 10 Sandals, but I can't believe what a clean race it was from Tier 2. No safety car at all.
No safety car at all. Tent Sandals wondering where he joins the...
He has an invite. I thought he would have had an invite, but he hasn't been here before, so he will be joining us very shortly. But we'll get things kicked off with Prince. Prince, P3 today on penalties. Probably it didn't work out quite the way you wanted it to, but on the podium, once again, still a good result for yourself.
Oh yeah, obviously the alternate strategy probably didn't work the wonders I dreamt it might have after Q2, but that was just because I, didn't perform in Q3, and that's what happens. Got stuck in the midfield, and I'm glad with the podium.
Yeah, definitely. And you just got stuck behind in the DRX train, and it looks like those softs did tend to fade away in those last 5 or so laps. But you kept it clean, and 3 or 4 drivers ahead of you didn't, and that's why you're on the podium.
Cheers, mate.
Beautiful race. And Moose, we'll move to your McLaren teammate, Tent Sandals. First time on the podium at OS Royal.
Yep, let's go. Finally.
Yeah, mate, you surprised us in Q3. You just came out of what seemed like nowhere for that cracking P2 lap. Not quite the race pace to keep up with Jacko and Sando, but still on pens, P2.
Yeah, Jacko and Sando were just rapid today, couldn't keep up. Unfortunate for Sando getting that 5-sec speeding penalty in the pit lane, but yeah, just tried to keep up with those guys. And then we had our own little DRS train, really tried to make sure that M Stone wouldn't get past, and just had a bit of a battle with Roscoe pretty much throughout the entire race, so it was pretty good. But finally on the podium, it's about time, I reckon. I've had a pretty shocking start with OSRL, but it's getting better now.
Yeah, that it is. So well done to you. Yeah, as you're saying, finally here on round 6, so well done, mate. And, well, we won't see you next week because it's the week off, but we'll see you the next round in Baku.
Yeah.
Well done. And Moose, our race winner, El Jacko. So, well done, El Jacko, on P1 tonight. Beautiful pace out there and some good battling with Sando as well.
Yeah, it was. It was very fun. I enjoyed that a lot. Yeah, good fun.
Yeah, just amazing pace from you. Tell us a little bit about it. Do you like this circuit, or was it just some good practice, or what was it? Was it a good setup? I know you mentioned my time trial time before, so what was it?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I just felt decent at the track, and I got a really good qualifying, and the start just helped me get away and into the lead, so I wasn't really troubled at this track. It's not good for me, not bad for me, Happy about it.
Just a solid day on the circuit, and
Yeah.
walking away with 30 points, so a great day in the championship for you. So well done, Jacko, on the win tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
And Moosey, I don't know if you're on mute, but we've got our driver of the day here. It is fellow commentator, head steward, Mr. Fury Strat. Welcome, mate. P4 today and driver of the day.
Yeah, that was P5 from 15th, which, Sando just picked me. I think it was 4.5 tenths, and I was barely a tenth behind. I was about the same gap to Prince, but from 15th on the grid, I had my work cut out for me. But the main thing was just, if you're starting that low, it's just damage limitation. Get yourself back up the front, and can confirm if Jacko didn't do it already, your setup's pretty good. I used it myself personally, but to finish as a lead guy in the in that little top 4 grouping in the chip is pretty important, especially. We're closing in now on halfway through the season, if you can believe that much already. But to finish up ahead of M-Stone and Scotty and 2-5 as well, it's a good night to get 2 Alfa Romeos in the points. It's much better results than what we've seen in the past.
Yeah, definitely. So well done to yourself tonight.
Cheers, mate. Be good to watch you boys all do it in Tier 1 tomorrow night.
Oh, if I can get myself stop coughing every 10 seconds.
It'd be good if we don't have to listen to that. I'd give you the tip.
But Moosey, that's Tier 2 done, dusted.
Certainly
So,
is, mate.
Mate, beautiful race. Tier 2 done for 2 weeks now. We have a week off next week for the Oz GP. Obviously, based down here in Oceania, however you pronounce it. Asia
Australia?
Pacific, Australia, New Zealand. We're taking a week off. We're all going to the GP and drinking our body's worth in alcoholic beverages and having a great time with the boys. So if you're going to be at the GP, we'll all meet up probably at some point on the Friday or something. Say hello, get to know those beautiful faces. So make yourself known. Make yourself known in the Twitch chat tomorrow night for Tier 1.
Yes.
Final race of the week. It's going to be a cracker. But from myself, OSRL, and from Moosey, we appreciate all of your support tonight. And we'll see you on the next OSRL stream.
Bye.
Done and dusted, lads.
Dude, like, what the fuck?
Beautiful.
Oh, I don't know if you're muted, Muse, but but I'll just keep talking. I wasn't muted. I just couldn't get a word in.
You just muted
What
the
the
whole podium.
fuck is this?
What the fuck is what?
Dino's put in a report for an unnecessarily slow entry into the pit.
Oh, whatever, man. It's Dino. Does anyone really?
I mean, that's probably explains why I beat him so comfortably out of the pit lane, because he also got wing damage from it, but
What does he mean? You can't report someone for that. Mate, what has he done wrong?
well, the thing is that looking at the pace difference, he would have been speeding in the pit lane.
Yeah, he probably would have been speeding in the pit lane. You know what?
So instead of copying the
speed in
5 second,
pit lane here? Because the line is
60.
garbage here.
Yeah.
What? I'd like play on for me. Like he's just got into the pit lane too heavy.
Yeah, he's just gone in too hot behind another car. That's not Prince's fault. He stopped it. It's
Yeah.
not like he broke, 25 meters too early and was going.